Hello, ignited souls. Thank you for joining us. We have once more embarked on the earth ship, that which we are on, of course, taking us to the fifth dimension. We are on the fifth dimension. Of course, we can't say altogether that we are implicitly or only or exclusively on the fifth dimension for now, because we are still in the third dimension and we need to sort of make these transition or these journeys, or it could seem like we are doing short trips, taking a short trip here and there, and till we get our balance right. So we have been using or learning the characteristics of number three that helps us to do that. So on my template, which is the sacrifice template, perhaps we really should stick this in the word sacrifice in a way that we can see it. Okay. So it's sacrifice. All right. I'll have to use my black pen here. SACR, sacrifice. Okay. ICE. I have a list of words that derive from the word sacrifice, like rice, like ice, reef, scare, or face. A list of words, and we discover that the list of words all seem to have their play or their role in the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. This is where all this derived from. If you're new to this channel, I don't remember if I've introduced myself. I'm Crime Queen. I don't think I have. And this channel is about numerology. So here we have a depiction of Mother Eve, which is the spirit or the intuitive guidance that we are connected with on this channel, helping us to understand the path we are on. Like a mother, calls us to her side, nurtures us, teaches us. That's Mother Eve. This is how we discovered through the scriptures of the 14 gods. Now I'm going to make this presentation short because not only that, the videos are loading up much quicker, but I have a tickle in my throat and I'm really, oh, I, I just realized that I would love to be able to phrase this differently. However, I am anticipating that the tickle in my throat is going to subside, and I'm being mindful of that. So speaking of number three, we know that we have three sets of threes in this template, which is the 369, 369, 369. These are the letters or values of the letters that we have been given in our English language to help us make sense of our world. So each letter has a numerical value. And so adding each column, we have seen that we've got 369, 369, 369. We also have had the 666, which are with the electrons, the protons, and so on, and magnetic or fields. Well, particles. Okay. It's just me trying as well to just give you some quick information on him. Now, with the story of Christ, so we had a lot of information about, and he rose again on the third day, or it was on the third hour, or the stroke, or the cock would strike three times. There were a lot of threes in that story, and that in itself tells us that maybe we need to pay attention to this. Maybe there are more meanings being conveyed or being emphasized in these stories to pay attention to them. What are the lessons that are being conveyed through those stories? So we have third, THIRD, which is 2899. And if we add this together, it's 32, just like in the word Christ. So what we have learned so far with many of the videos, through many of the videos, is that this is a direct match or vibration here, because this 2 is 38 when we 32, sorry, when we add this together. 3 plus 2 is 5. And again, repeating myself, the story of Christ, I believe, was the story of Mother Eve. Mother Eve also equals 5 and embodies the number 14, encapsulates the 14 gods. And that's the essence of the story that we get here. We also get the essence of the story that Christ having the 12 disciples, and of course being head of the 12 disciples, he would seem like the embodiment, or that which encapsulate all the essence of the 12 disciples. And of course, going through the crucifixion, that in itself would be the demarcation, or the symbol that he, after death, being risen from the dead or from the grave, would be or became the 14th God. So we see that story in the scriptures in Genesis of chapter 1 and 2, where there were two creations, I would say. We see that story marries very well with the story of Osiris, who was chopped in 14 pieces. And of course, I think it's 14 pieces, 13 pieces, or 13 pieces. And Set was the one gathering the pieces together. Of course, the story too, when putting all those pieces together, that means whether it was Set with the orchestrator of putting all these pieces together, or Osiris as well, in this sense, putting all being and not being together again. I think I should lean this more to Osiris then, being coming back together again, would be 14, the 14 gods. Now we see in the middle of the template, we have, this gives us new. So basically, like Osiris or Christ, this is where with number 5, 1 plus 5, that one would come into this this section, the middle number of numbers 1 to 9. And of course the 5 here also denotes the mouth, because when we do the numerical value for the word mouth, it equals 5. We have got quite a few um, of the gods. In fact, a few of the gods, perhaps it's 3 of the gods, that has the numerical value of number 5 as well. So we are speaking of the number 3. And of course, we see it's 3 threes, 3 fives, so 15 here. And no matter which column we add, we see it's divisible by 3. And that's the magic of number 3. So I have done quite a few on 3, but I just felt that I could really emphasize this point here. So when we are speaking of the third, in fact, I had another example where I would have loved to explore on that. But when we speak of the third, we are also seeing that we have the number 5. When we speak of 3, we see we have the first master number. It's like saying, because the word 3 equals 11, and it's like saying 3 is the master. It is the first master number. The 2 ones, we see of course 2 ones when we do the numerical value. For 1 and 1, we have as word form, 1 is 7 and another 1 is 7. Putting 7 together is 14, still gives us this magic number of 5 right there, meaning Mother Eve is playing out in this role beautifully. My series of number 3s have showed I have worked on the story of Steve Jobs, which Steve is 8 and Jobs is 9, 10, sorry, and adding this together is 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. So I have showed that how I believe that the gods, through our numbers, are speaking their language, their characteristic and purpose, um, through our names or our life path number. So I just thought I would ask that we bear this in mind while we ignite on this 3 vibration. And of course, there is much more to number 3, which I'll be touching on again while we are on this us ship, because also bear in mind the word us has a 3 in it, 31. 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, so 4, or would you may ask, well, what's the relationship with 4 and 3? Not only 4 follows 3, but if we did the numerical value for the word 4, it gives us 6, and that means there are 2 3s in 6. That's the magic of number 3. Thank you. Okay, look out for my videos again. I'm coming with the number 3 so we can fly.